everybody have a book?
Miss Winchester.
We're just making sure everybody has a book.
Very quickly. We're going to walk out though and make sure that you're ready. You have 1 minute from the time you leave to the time you come back.
Okay, you guys ready to get started?
Yes.
Okay. Now, we talked about yesterday, what did we talk about? Salmon. And we talked about what we know.
Salmon life.
And we know what? That salmon are fish, right? And we know the life cycle of the salmon. We know red and green salmon are spawning, right? And we know they're good to eat. And what else do we know that was from yesterday? Do you guys remember? Aiden, what else did we learn?
Red.
The red?
Raw.
Oh, the red. Very good. The red. What is a red?
Raise your hand. Who remembers what red is?
Do you remember?
Linda.
Look in the back. Look in your glossary.
So if you go to the very back of your book.
Very, very back. There's a glossary with the words on there.
Oh.
Look, not quite. Got to go back just a little bit.
Oh, I know what you're talking about right here. I
Come
don't
on.
see it. One dig in there.
Yes, it's the nest. Exactly.
Gravel bed.
Yeah, it's the salmon's nest, right? When they do that. And then we wanted to learn how we find their way back. And why does salmon, the mom and dads, die after spawning? So we'll talk about that. And what does the salmon see in the water? And we want to know how to find a place to make the red. How do they find the spot where they make their nest? We kind of learned a little bit about that yesterday, but we'll learn some more. And then how they communicate. And why, when we catch fish, we hit them on the head. Did we learn why we do that yesterday?
Yeah.
Why did we do that, Ever? Yep, they stop wiggling around. Right.
If you put it anywhere else, you can't get it because it made the fish like barely able to breathe.
Yep, that's exactly right. They can't breathe out of the water, so if we hit them on the head, it kind of helps the fish not suffer, right? Because we know we're going to eat them, right? And keep them. Okay, and then what if fish don't exist? We didn't talk about that yet, right? Is there anything else we want to know today about the salmon? Any questions that we've got? Thea?
What if fish survived another million years?
That's a good question. But does that really have to do with the salmon?
No.
It's a good question, though. Aurora?
I know the question if fish didn't exist.
It's what?
I know the question, but the question is if fish didn't exist.
If fish didn't exist? Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Okay, Gravel, do you have one? Something you want to know?
If they're born in fresh water, then how could they breathe in salt water?
Very good. So if they're born in fresh, how do they breathe in salt water? Okay, well, maybe we'll learn that today. Salt water, I can't, this one's a little hard to write. Okay, so how about if we go back and we look at our, we'll kind of review our vocabulary really quick of what we did yesterday. So we can go through and take a look at that. So if you go back towards the back of your pages, you're going to see your vocabulary that we learned yesterday, okay? We're just going to kind of do a review of this. So can you guys say it with me? What's this? What's this?
Row.
Row. And what's a row?
Salmon.
Very good. What's this next one? do they swim?
They swim.
Are they swimming yet?
No.
Yeah, they're sitting real low in the gravel where there's not a lot of current, right? Because they don't have any fins or anything. What's this next one?
A frog. A salmon emerging from the gravel and air. Living in fresh water.
Very good. So what's happening? They're coming up from the gravel
Yeah.
and they're getting in the current.
They swim.
And are they now starting to be able to swim?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what's this next one?
A smolt.
Smolt. Can we do the definition all together?
A
Juvenile salmon transitioning from freshwater to the saltwater habitat. Well, this might answer one of our questions as we're kind of learning today, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is spawning.
Process where salmon eggs and sperm are released to fertilize eggs.
Right. And then this one was an interesting
Can
one.
I read it?
Yes, you may.
A marine migration, adult salmon returning from saltwater to freshwater location where they were born.
So what are all those circles that we see there?
Where they swim.
Yeah, they,
Sea.
right. They come out of the fresh water all along here, right? All along where the black part is.
Yeah.
And those lines are where they're migrating. And those are different salmons where they're migrating. Okay? And then the next one, does somebody like to read the next one? Rebecca.
Life cycle series.
Oh, I think we're on estuary. Do you see it there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Estuary mouths of river or stream where freshwater meets saltwater ocean.
Right, so remember, that's where it's coming down and what happens when they meet? What kind of water does that make? Do you guys remember? Bruh? It starts with the brack. Brackish, exactly. That's not even in our vocabulary, and you guys remember that. Okay, who wants to do the next one? Ryan, you want to do the next one? Life cycle?
Life cycle series of a change and
Organisms?
organisms including
Repro?
reproduction.
Very good, very good. And this is when they're born, and they grow,
And then
reproduce, and then they die. Do all organisms have this kind of cycle somehow, some way?
Yes.
Yeah, we kind of learned that. Yep, that's right. Who'd like to do the next one? Al?
Reproduction of
Yeah, what does that mean, a production of offspring? What is the offspring? Is that their babies? Yeah? Yeah. Okay, who wants to do the next one? Amber? Yeah, and where's the milk? Is this the milk part right here? Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of dark on the light there.
I can't see.
Yeah. Okay, this next one, we already talked about that this morning, right? We talked about a red, and that's a nest that the salmon makes.
Natal stream.
And who wants to do the next one? Aurora, you want to do this one? No? You do or do not? You don't? Okay. Linda, do you want to do this one? No? Ravel? Yeah, and this is important. Why? Do you remember why this was so important? We talked a little bit about it.
About
Wait, let Ravel answer real quick, and then we'll raise your hands and we'll go through it. Yep. Did you guys hear that? It's where they smell, where they're going back to the fresh water, right? And remember, what were those little things? Yeah, very good. Those are the olfactories that they have right here on their nose, right? Okay, who wants to do the next one? Aiden?
Hard. Grow and develop into juvenile salmon living in freshwater.
Yeah, juvenile, yep. Okay, the next one's, who wants to do the next one? Thea? Thank you.
Incubation, period between fertilization
Mhm.
and hatching.
Yep, yep. And remember, we talked about that yesterday? A lot of them go through that. We talked about the eggs yesterday.
Yeah.
And this is kind of similar? Yeah, yeah, okay. Who wants to do the next one? Rebecca?
Yolks that provide nutrients to develop embryo.
Embryo, yep. And see, this is the little yolk sac right here when they first come out. Yeah, that's where the alevins eat when they first come out. Okay, who wants to do the next one? Addie? You don't want to? Okay. Who wants to do the next one? Al?
Yeah.
It's all,
Olfactory.
Yep.
Smell in the location or area.
yeah, where's their, how do we see those? Are those right there on their nose? Remember, we've got those little spots? When you guys drew your trouts yesterday, who drew their olfactories? Did you guys draw them on your fish? Yeah? Yeah, I saw a lot of them yesterday. Oh, yeah, okay. So there we go. That's our review of that. So let's go ahead and we'll talk a little bit more about the life cycle of the salmon, okay? Remember, yes, I know it's not real clear. So remember, they started out as roe, and we went to alevin, and if you want to follow along in your book, it's on page 2 in your book. And then they go into fry, smolt, adult salmon, and then they're spawning. Okay?
Yeah, I mean that when they're laying there and eggs and
Jamarian, did you find it? It should be on page 2. Sorry.
that's when they lay their eggs.
So we're already on.
Yep.
Just like that, all the way to the front of your book.
Okay.
Very beginning.
So yesterday, we talked about the salmon life cycle, right?
Yeah.
And we highlighted some of our key words. So today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about, and we're gonna learn about each stage a little bit, okay? So, can someone tell me what this one's about? By looking at the picture, what do you think we're gonna learn about?
Grow.
Salmon
Egg.
eggs like grow.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'll start out and then I'll have a friend help me read, okay? Can you guys follow along? Did you guys find it all in your book?
Yes.
Okay, thumbs up, we got it. Addie, one more page. Go another couple pages. Thank you for helping her, Franco. Okay, here we go. When adult salmon swim upstream to spawn in the fall, the female chooses a sight stream with a gravel bed and plenty of flowing fresh water. With her body, she digs a shallow depression called a red, like a nest in the gravel. We kind of saw that yesterday, remember on the video? We saw the little tail flopping around? Yeah.
Did it hard.
Okay, who'd like to read the next paragraph for me? Raya? Depending. Do we have, just a minute, Ryan, do we have the mic?
Yep, I think I've got it, Mike.
Oh, that's okay. We're gonna do this, we'll hold the mic so your friends can hear you, okay? Are you okay? You got it? Okay. So let's listen to friend Ryan. Okay.
Depending on the special size, each female lady from 2,000 to 6,000 around pink orange eggs about 6 to 9
Millimeters.
millimeters in
Diameter.
diameter, scratch of hard
Shell.
a hard shell like a chicken. Each egg has a sauce caramel. Well, this wall of remembrance,
It's a membrane.
remembering off the top,
Little protection.
little protection against and
Predators
predators of discourage
or other disturbances.
other disperses of after
The male fertilizes.
mare fertilize, then they learn and cover of the egg with the
Okay.
brown.
Thank you, Raya. So they're just kind of talking about it. So how are those eggs? I mean, we learned something interesting. Are they hard?
No.
No.
They're soft.
They're soft and gooey. Have you guys ever seen
Yeah,
the
my
salmon eggs?
little sister was touching them.
Have you guys ever been there when your mom and dad or you guys have cleaned the salmon?
Yeah,
Jamarian, have you ever seen that? The eggs?
I did.
Yeah, they're soft and gooey, okay? And then what happens is they put it in. Friends, let's listen.
Boys and girls, quiet signal, go. I noticed lots of side conversations, thank you. Right,
Thank you.
our job is to listen to Miss Andres and follow those
Ready?
directions.
So they put them in the gravel, right? And she covers them up. Why do you think she covers them up? We learned about that in a little bit in this paragraph. Raya, why did they cover them up?
Because they cover them up so if they don't cover them up, they can't breathe.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Cordell? Yep, it kind of helps protect them from the predators. Not only does it provide some incubation, right, covering to protect them and keep them kind of warm, but it also protects them from the predators. So birds, bears, and raccoons eat the eggs if they can find them. And flooding, pollution, and disease also destroys the eggs. Another thing that happens is those eggs get disturbed, do they stay in the nest? If they're uncovered, they kind of float downstream.
Yeah.
What happens when they're floating downstream? What other animals are in the water?
Shark.
Yeah, the other fish are gonna eat them.
Horses.
Yeah, oh, I don't know about horses, but.
Seahorses.
Okay, who would like to read the next paragraph? Amber?
Salmon and something resensitive. Only when intensifies attack. In the first days, even with like the
Disturbance? Fatal. Okay, can we stop right there? Do you guys know what fatal means? Can we figure that out, what fatal means out of that sentence?
A water level of a temperature.
Yeah, let's read the next sentence and see if we can figure it out. Okay, Amber.
I was gonna say it might mean that it can just
In water level or temperature can kill many eggs. They are also very sensitive to
Pollution.
pollution in the water. The eggs need small,
Pure, clean. Mhm.
with a little like
Silt.
silk and small amount of oxygen dissolve the water.
Right.
That begins to
Well, let's stop right there, Amber. Okay, so now can we figure out what fatal meant in there? Based upon that? What do you think? Right, what do you think fatal meant? You're not sure? Fatal, well, let's look here and see. It says fatal, it's changes in the water can kill the eggs. Do you think that that's what that means? What do you think, Jamie? Do you think that's what that means? Fatal? No? Yeah? Okay. So, Salmon begin to develop inside the egg because they're cold-blooded. The water temperature controls the rate at which the salmon develop. Did we learn what cold-blooded means? Yeah.
They can't make.
Does somebody can tell me what cold-blooded means? Right.
If they're cold-blooded, they survive in cold weather.
Well, yeah, kind of. Egg.
They can't make their own heat.
That's right. They can't make their own heat, so they're relying on the temperature in the water, right? Okay. So the ideal temperature for salmon eggs is 5 to 9 degrees Celsius, and the eggs will die above 20 degrees Celsius or below freezing. Eggs develop more slowly at lower temperatures. Okay, so what I'd like you guys to do, we're gonna find some key facts in here. Can you guys get out your highlighter? And then hold up when you got it ready. And we're gonna identify a key fact.
We're gonna do this.
Okay? Hold up your highlighters when you're ready. Liam, you ready? Okay. Okay, so let's identify a key fact in here. Now, when we're doing this, are we coloring with our highlighters?
No.
No.
Main words.
Yep, and what are we doing? Are we going back and forth over it? No, we do it very lightly. It's just a light little stroke is what we're doing, okay? We just kind of want to get the key phrase. So what is a key fact that we're going to want to know about roe and salmon?
Bunch of black stuff.
Can someone identify a key fact? Or what do you think, Jamarian? What did we learn? A key fact. Look at your page. What did you learn? You talk a little louder so I can hear you. Big voice. What do you have? Yeah? How many do they lay? Right, so he said each female, right, lays from 2,000 to 6,000 round, pinky orange eggs. Okay, I just lightly highlighted. You don't need to color over it, just very lightly. Don't color anything else. Okay? We're gonna use these key facts. That's why I don't want you coloring anything else, okay? So can someone give me one other fact that they found in there? Right. Yeah, talk real loud. Then eggs develop more, the eggs will die at above or below a certain temperature, okay? So she said the eggs will die above 20 degrees Celsius or below freezing, okay? So that was another fact that she did. So we've got 2 facts there that we've identified. Are there more facts in there that we might see? How about one more fact? Is that not showing up? Okay, Aiden, what's another fact that we found in here?
The salmon eggs are very sensitive. Only 1 in 10 survive to hatch.
Wow, that's a good one. Okay, did you guys see that? So we want to highlight that. Just that one sentence. You got it, Jamie? Yep.
Got it.
Okay, so now let's go to the next one.
Salmon alvin.
Okay, this is the salmon alvin. Do you guys remember what the alvin is?
Yeah.
When they first hatched? Okay, what I'd like you guys to do is I'd like you guys to read along with me on here. We're running out of time, so we're gonna go a little faster, yes. Okay, you ready? Wiggling, read with me. Wiggling, energetic, the salmon embryo in an egg breaks through the egg lining and makes it out of its egg into the gravel. Boy, you guys are being awful quiet. I know you can talk louder than that. I heard you guys at recess, right? Yeah? Okay, you guys ready? For the next 30 to 50 days, it lives as an alvin. The egg can in the dark spaces between the stones and the gravel of its home stream. As with the egg, the rate of an alvin's development depends mainly on the water temperature, which could range from 5 degrees Celsius to 14 degrees Celsius. So did we learn some interesting fact in there?
Yes.
Really? Who has an interesting fact that we learned in there? Amber?
The bands mainly happen. The boulders, the bands mainly underwater. So what goes with the back?
The rate of development? Yep. Okay, so the rate of the alvin development mainly depends on the water temperature. So if the water's cold, are they gonna grow faster or slower?
Slower.
Right, why are they growing slower?
Because of the degree
Yeah, they're
Celsius.
cold water, right? They're cold-blooded. Okay, so let's go to, yeah, so let's go to the next sentence, the next paragraph. The yolk sac, which remains attached to the alvin's body, provides the food it needs. The sac shrinks as the alvin develops, gradually allowing it to move more easily. The alvin's respiration or breathing system also develops, allowing it to breathe through its gills. Clear flowing water is still important, but an alvin can swim through spaces in the gravel away from gravel that's too silty. Also, an alvin can clear small amounts of silt from its gills so it can live in water that has more silt than salmon eggs can accept. Okay? So, that was a big couple paragraphs. Can somebody give me a fact that we learned out of that? Thea?
They can move the silt.
Well, yeah, they can move and get away from the silt when it's too silty. So alvin could swim through spaces in the gravel away from the silt. Do you guys know what silt is?
Yes.
Can you explain to Aiden what silt is?
It's like something that that it's for like the salmon.
Yes, what silt is it's like floating sand. It's super fine floating sand in the water. You know when you see water that's brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times in the river, that's what the silt is, okay?
That's why the water was so cloudy yesterday that I saw.
Yeah.
All of the geese.
Yep. Okay, you ready for the next sentence?
Yes.
Alvins need cold running water that's rich in oxygen, and they need gravel with spaces in which they can hide. Do you guys remember what oxygen is?
Yes. It's like a breathing.
It's what we breathe, yeah. Threats include predators in the water, siltation, pollution, floods, and other activities that can disturb the gravel. People can protect the alvins by keeping dirt or other pollutants out of the water and by staying out of the stream gravel. Okay, let's move on to the next sentence. I know we're going kind of fast, but we're running out of time. So we're gonna go a little faster, okay? So you guys follow along. If I go too fast, just raise your hand and I'll slow down, okay? Because alvins keep the orange color of the salmon egg and their yolk can slow their movements, they're an easy target for predators. Alvins avoid light and live as much as 30 centimeters down in the gravel. However, as they grow stronger and their yolk sac grows smaller, they begin to move up to the surface of the gravel. They develop dark markings on their skin that help them hide in the stream bed. When the yolk sac is completely absorbed or buttoned up, alvins are about 2.5 centimeters long. In the spring, when the water begins to warm and algae, insects, and plankton grow in lakes and rivers, alvins emerge as fry to begin the next stage of their life. Okay, so do we have another fact that we can kind of highlight in there?
Yeah.
Raya, what's another fact?
The owls are about 25 feet high in spring when they run even more or larger.
Where are we at? Oh, okay, yep. Okay, so alvins are about 2.5 centimeters long, okay? When the yolk sac is completely absorbed or buttoned up, okay?
Yeah.
And I think there's one other thing that we need to know in the alevins around here. Does somebody have one more fact? Do you have another fact, Theo? Did you have a fact? How about you, Aiden?
Spring when the water begins to warm and algae, insects and plankton grows in the lakes and rivers, alevins emerge as phytoplankton eggs.
That's a good one, but what happens when they use up their eggs yolk sac? They're down in the gravel, right? What happens, do they have anything to eat
Yes.
after they use their yolk sac?
No.
Remember, we talked about it, what happens, what do they do?
Go out of the water.
They come up a little bit more to the surface, and that's when they need more food, right? So we want to know that. So as they grow, their yolk sac grows smaller, and they begin to move to the surface of the gravel. That's really important because that's where they begin to start developing their gills. Okay? They're just starting to. Okay, we ready to go to the next one?
Yes.
Am I going too fast for you guys?
Yes.
I am?
No.
Yes.
Are we good? Thumbs up? Everybody got it? Before we move?
No. I got two.
Right? Is that a thumbs down or thumbs up? Okay. Okay, let's go to the salmon fry. Okay, you ready?
No. Yes.
Salmon fry.
Okay, you need to be ready.
You guys ready? We're gonna move fast.
And tracking finger ready.
Get your tracking finger. Okay, here we go. Alevin emerge from the gravel to begin the next stage of its life as they swim up fry and then free swim fry. Wow, that's an interesting one. What do you think that means that they swim up? Aurora. Yep. So did you guys hear our friend? She says what it is when they swim and they're down and they start to move up and they're swimming a little bit closer to the surface so they can get food and stuff. So that's interesting. And then they turn into free swimming. That's an interesting one. I've never heard that. What do you guys think that means?
They can swim underground and
Yeah, that's exactly what it means. They're now able to swim. The alevins really couldn't swim much, could they? They just kind of moved around in the gravel. Now the salmon are able to swim. Okay, rapidly vibrating their tail, they push themselves up to the surface of the water and swallow a mouthful of air. The air is not for breathing, but it's balance the weight of their body and allow them to float in the water. It goes into a swim bladder, an organ like a balloon in their abdomen. They may have to take several gulps until they have enough air. Isn't that interesting?
yes.
So salmon can go up and down now, right? What they do is gulping that air allows them to go to the surface and back down again, okay? It's kind of like, have you guys seen a bobber? A fishing bobber? Yeah, you got a fishing bobber, it's the red and white little things that you put out in the water. And it goes down and up, it's kind of like that. The fish can blow the air in and out. Yeah, yeah. Okay, fry are not strong enough to swim upstream, so they drift downstream until they can find calm pools where they feed. There they defend a small feeding territory from other fry. Salmon fry eat the nymphs and larvae of insects such as stonefly, mayfly, caddisfly, and blackfly. They also eat plankton and some land insects that fall into the water. They grow from about 2.5 centimeters to between 4.5 and 5.5 centimeters in the summer. Many salmon fry are eaten by predators. Now, as I'm reading, you guys follow along, but kind of keep in your head key facts that we're going to want to highlight, okay? Including birds and larger fish. To hide, salmon fry change their skin color. They develop camouflage markings known as parr marks. Dark bars across their bodies. The mixture of light and dark helps blend them into the shallows on the stream bed so they're hard to see. They also dart very quickly from spot to spot. Almost 90% of all fry die from predators, disease, or lack of food. They still need fresh flowing cold water with plenty of oxygen and shade to keep the water from getting too warm. People can help increase their survival by protecting their environment from pollution, flooding, or blockages. A crucial part of salmon life cycle begins at the fry stage, imprinting. Salmon fry remember the smell of the water they grew up in, and when they return as adults, they try to find the same spot. The rocks and soil in the stream bed, plant life, and other aquatic organisms all create the scent that the salmon return to. Changes in the environment of the stream can confuse the returning salmon and prevent them from spawning. Some salmon species spend just a few days in their home stream, but most spend 1 to 3 years. Okay? So what's a key fact that we learned about salmon fry? Rebecca?
Salmon fries change their skin color.
Yeah, that's interesting. So salmon fry, they develop camouflage markings known as pars, right? We learned a little bit about the par in there. What's another key fact that we learned? Liam, did you think of a fact that we learned? No? Okay. Can you wait for a couple minutes? Okay. Aiden?
Flowing cold water with plenty of oxygen and shade to keep the water from getting too warm.
Yeah, that's interesting. Why do they gotta keep the water so it's not too warm?
So they don't die?
Right, they would die, huh? There's another really interesting fact in here that we had. What about this one? Almost 90% of all fry die from predators, disease, or lack of food. That's a lot. What are we trying to get our percentage in our class at? 90%?
No.
Yeah, that's like almost all your class is gone, right?
1%.
Right, 90%. We're trying to be above 90, right? Right now we're at 92, but that's almost all of our friends, huh? That's a lot. Okay, we're gonna go to the next one. You guys got those 3 facts? Okay, I'll wait just a second. Here's one right here. They develop camouflage markings down as par marks. Almost 90% of all the fry die from predators, disease, or lack of food. They have flowing cold water with plenty of oxygen and shade to keep the water from getting too warm. Let's go and let's mark one more thing. The salmon fry remember the water they grew up in. Is that important? Yeah, that's a really important fact because this is how they return to where they're at. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Right there. So give me a thumbs up when you got I'm ready to go so I know I've got everybody.
Maybe you can tell them why we need to highlight these facts.
Oh, okay. That's a good point. The reason why we're gonna highlight these facts is we've got a project coming up. And we're gonna wanna use these facts. We're gonna have a fun project that we're doing. Most of you already asked me about it, right, this morning? We're gonna use these facts for that project. So that's why we're highlighting them real quick. Okay? You ready? Okay, salmon smolt. Okay, we're on the next page. As salmon begin to mature, they leave their home stream to head to the ocean. Most salmon species spend some time in the estuary of a river where the fresh water mixes with the salt water. We learned about estuary yesterday, didn't we? Here, they gradually get used to life in salt water, preparing for the time they'll spend at sea. Some species spend up to a year in the estuaries, where others leave almost immediately. Salmon must adapt to the changes that salt water causes to their body. Oh, that's interesting. Wasn't that one thing we wanted to know, how they change from fresh water to salt water? It looks like they do it in the estuaries. The salt water draws fresh water out of the organism's body, the fish's body, and saltwater fish like salmon survive by drinking salt water to replace the fresh water. However, too much salt is harmful. Saltwater animals develop a way to get rid of the salt from their bodies before it harms them. Salmon excrete water and salt in their urine, and they excrete extra salt through the fine membranes of their gills. Okay? So that's how they're getting rid of the salt so they can survive. The appearance of smolt also changes as they prepare for ocean life. They lose the dark colors of the fry, which help them hide in the shade water of a forest stream and begin to take on the silvery color of adult salmon. In an estuary and an open ocean, there's no shade, only the bright color of sunlight reflecting on the waves. If there's only bright sunlight, what color do you think those salmon are gonna change from?
Silvery. Yellow.
Yeah, because if they're dark, would you be able to see them really easy in the water?
No.
If they were dark and the water is real bright, would you be able to see them?
Yeah.
I would think so, so why would they change to silver?
Because it helps them hide in the silvery.
Right. So in an estuary, in the open ocean, there's no shade, right? Only the bright color of sunlight reflects on the waves, and the smolt's silvery color helps hide them in the silvery light at the surface of the ocean. In an estuary, the mix of river and sea creates a nutrient environment that supports plant and animal growth. Thick beds of eelgrass and sedge provide a home for insects and crustaceans such as shrimp. Okay, we got it? You guys following along? Okay, if I'm going too fast, tell me. Salmon smolts feast on these microscopic animals and on smaller fish that also live among the estuary plants. While in the estuary, smolts can grow from 4 to 5 centimeters in length to as much as 9 centimeters. How much do you think 9 centimeters is? Maybe about that big?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not quite a foot, right? That's about a foot?
Like this
Can you
much.
show us? Oh, there, he's got a good picture. Can you see Aiden? He's got 9 centimeters there. That is a small little fish, isn't it? Okay. They can also add to the imprint memories that help them find their way home. So they also kind of imprint in that brackish water a little bit too. However, estuaries are also home to many fish predators. Fish-eating birds such as herons stalk fish in the marshes, while hawks watch for them in the sky. Larger fish, snakes, seals, and even orcas prey on smolts. Have you guys seen an orca?
Yeah, like a.
Yeah. It's called a killer whale. Have you seen pictures of them?
Yeah, because
Yeah. You seen them, Al?
it's like black and white.
Yeah? Where did you see them, Al?
It was on someone's bag.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we have a lot of killer whales. How about you, Theo?
In Hawaii, I was on a little cruise ship boat.
And you saw one?
Yeah.
Nice. How about you, Lavina? Oh, you saw it on your dad when you were on your dad's boat? Wow, that's pretty cool. I have an ocean boat, and we see them a lot when we go out on the ocean boat. So in addition, people build cities and industries in the estuaries. In some areas, less than 10% of the estuary remains. With less room to mature, feed, and adapt, fewer salmon survive to grow to adults in the ocean. Okay, we need to find 3 facts. Can we find 3 facts real quick?
Yes.
So what 3 things
Friends?
do you feel like are important that you
Friends?
can write down?
What's the 3 facts that we can highlight? Their size? Okay, so while the estuary smolts can grow from 4 to 5 centimeters to as much as 9 centimeters. Okay, so there's one thing they do. What's another thing they do in the water so they can find their way back? Highlight what I highlighted on here. So do they imprint memories that help them find their way back after they migrate to the ocean? They can go to their home waters, right? They know how to do that. But how do they know where to enter from the ocean?
Because they have the.
Yep, they're olfactory, and they imprint exactly. They smell just like that. They imprint on the fresh water right there. And then what's one more fact we know about that? About them? What color do they change?
To silver.
Yeah. Do you think that's an important fact?
Yes.
Oh, I think that's an important fact. So we can say the smolt silvery color helps them hide in the silvery light at the surface of the ocean, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we have 20 minutes. Oh, okay. I thought we were ending at 10. Yeah, Aiden.
The mix of the river and sea creates a nutrient-rich environment that supports plants and
Yeah.
animal growth.
Yeah, so they're in the brackish water, right?
Yeah.
And why do you think that's important when it has the plant and animal growth? It feeds them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, you guys ready? You got all your facts highlighted?
Yes.
No, I can't see the bottom.
We'll come back and I'll give you the sheets and you can highlight them, okay? Get your highlighter out and we're just doing a light highlight, whatever I'm coloring, okay? Everybody ready?
Yes.
You got it, Jamie? You're good? Okay. Okay, now we're an adult salmon, okay? You ready? After gaining, no, not ready yet? You got it now? Okay, come on, get in there and do your adults. You can highlight as we're going along, Caleb. Okay, you got it all? Okay. After gaining weight in the estuary and adapting to the saltwater, salmon travel along the coastline and then out into the open ocean. Here they gain the full size, shape, and color of the mature salmon. Remember, we talked about on this part right here, this black part?
Yeah.
That's the land, and they're kind of sticking real close. See how they're very close to the land?
Yeah.
Right here, and now they're coming out. As they get bigger, they're coming out. You see how those lines are coming out? That's what they're talking about, okay? Most salmon spend the first part of their life in the coastal waters. That's real close to the black marks right there on our map. Then they migrate further out to sea. Each of the 7 species of Pacific salmon has its own migration route and spends a different length of time in the ocean before returning home. Young salmon can travel up to 20 kilometers a day, while mature salmon can travel as much as 50 kilometers a day. That's a lot.
Like this, like a lot.
That's a lot. That's probably like from here to your house.
My house is
Okay,
really close.
salmon usually travel north in the summer and often swimming as far as the Gulf of Alaska and south in the winter. Now this is the Gulf of Alaska right here. Right here is the Gulf.
Okay.
And when they're talking south, that's when they're coming down to these lower parts. You see where the fin is right here on the map?
Yeah.
Oops, let me go up a little bit. That is the south. So they're up here in the summer, and in the winter they come farther down where it's warmer water. Okay? The largest number, here, I missed that right. While at sea, salmon feed on a variety of smaller fish and zooplankton. The salmon can gain many kilograms, with mature adults reaching a few kilos to 20 kilos or more. Depending on the species, salmon are prey for seals and orcas, as well for fish, such as tuna and cod. What else are they susceptible to when they're out there? When they're out in the ocean, what else do they have?
Shark.
Yeah, who else goes for them? What about your mom and dad?
Yeah.
Do we fish?
Not mine.
We fish.
Big fish.
Yeah.
I don't fish.
Wait, we don't just fish adults like
Fish.
moms or dads. We fish just people. Just people. Not just people. Don't just fish just moms and dads. They
Okay,
fish-
a lot
they
of
fish-
people fish, right?
They fish
So-
they're young that the mom.
So would it be fair to say that humans are also after the fish?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, here it is, it talks about it on the next one. The largest number of salmon is probably taken by human fishers. That means people. People catch salmon mainly in coastal waters as large schools return from the ocean travels, although some are also caught in huge ocean drift nets. BC residents catch millions of salmon each year, and non-residents also catch salmon heading for streams and lakes in BC. BC is British Columbia. That's short for British Columbia. That is right here. If you look on the map, that's this area right here.
Well, that
Okay?
people like
That's
salmon.
between, that's between Alaska. This is the end of Alaska, right here. And this is Washington. It's kind of in between, okay?
A lot of
That's
people like
Canada.
salmon. That's why it's getting on.
Right. I know, we're going kind of fast. You guys all ready again? Okay. Recreational fishers catch many salmon using single fishing lines with lures and hooks. Aboriginal fishers use modern and traditional methods to catch fish, both in the ocean and rivers and streams. What do you think Aboriginal fishers mean? What do you think it means, Caleb?
A fisher's meat.
Aboriginal fishers.
It means that,
Can we look around the sentence? Look around. What does the paragraph say? How can we figure out what Aboriginal means?
Oh, I got it.
Aiden, what do you think?
A modern and traditional methods to catch fish both in the ocean and rivers and streams.
Right, that's the paragraph, but what does it mean? Yeah, you can go. What does that, Theo, what do you think that means?
I think it means that they fish a lot.
Yeah, well, Aboriginal kind of means indigenous. You guys know, you guys are familiar with indigenous, right? You've been kind of learning about that. Isn't that the holiday we have on Monday, Indigenous Day? Those are the local people that survive there. So it would be, just a minute, Caleb, it'd be like the Native Americans that we have here. We have the Yupik, right? And we have the Tlingit, yeah? We have Inupiats, and we've got two more. I'm missing a couple of them. I can't think of them right off the top of my head. But that's the local people, okay? The local native people, that's what they mean by Aboriginal. They've been there for generations and generations, okay? After spending from 1 to 7 years at sea, depending upon the species, salmon return to their home stream or lake. Mature salmon form large schools and find their way to the mouth of their home stream. They gather at the mouth of their home river before starting the official journey upstream. Okay, so we're ready for 3 key facts. So do we have some friends that can help us identify 3 key facts?
Yeah.
Al, can you help us find one? What would be a key fact that we can do?
mature salmon can travel such as 50 kilometers in a day.
Yeah, young salmon can travel 20 kilometers a day, while mature salmon can travel as much as 50 kilometers a day. That's a lot. That's like 50 is about 35 miles a day. That's a lot. Addie, what do you think would be a good fact?
The largest number of salmon was probably taken by human fishers.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. The largest number of salmon are probably taken by human fishers. Yep. Okay, so do we have another fact that we can share? Jamie, do you have a fact you want to share?
No.
No, Jamie? You don't have a fact? Okay. Amber?
Most aspects spend most of parts of the life in coastal waters.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Let's see, I gotta find the spot where it was at. Yeah, most salmon spend most of their life in coastal waters, and then they migrate further out to sea. Now, there's one other important fact that they're doing. What are they doing when they're coming back? What happened? Yeah, they're getting ready to come back. So after spending 1 to 7 years at sea, depending upon the species, the salmon return to their home stream or lake. That's important because they're coming out of the ocean where they've got all this room, right? And they're coming back into a single stream. Okay?
Yeah.
You guys got all the facts?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Did you guys get them highlighted?
I have a question.
Yes.
We didn't use a fishing
We have a
rod.
friend that has a question. Just a minute. Let's put a bubble in it.
We didn't use a fishing rod to catch the fish, and we used a net instead.
Yeah, you can do that too. So did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's put a pin in that. You know what that means? We're gonna hang on to it till we get to the next section and let's talk about that because that is an interesting fact that we'll have. Okay, you ready? Let's go to salmon spawners. You guys on the next page?
Yeah.
Okay, we're not going too fast, right?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Get your pointer finger out. In the final stage of their life, salmon re-enter their home river and swim back to the stream or lake shore from which they emerged as fry. Some travel many hundreds or even thousands of kilometers, swimming from 30 to 50 kilometers a day against the current. They follow the scent of the water to their home stream. Fishers and predators such as bears, otters, raccoons, and eagles catch many salmon on their trip upstream. Who else also catches salmon on their trip upstream? Humans, yeah, we just talked a lot about that. When they enter fresh water, salmon usually stop eating and only live on their stored body fat. To save energy, they lose the slimy coating that helps protect them, and their skin becomes thick and leathery, and they start to absorb their scales. Some internal organs may fail on the journey. The salmon's appearance changes dramatically, with males and females developing distinct differences. So remember when we watched the video yesterday?
Yeah.
They talked about it, so look at your picture here. The males, they get that little hook in their nose. See that little hook?
Yeah.
That's how you tell they're a female.
I
The
can't
fe-
see it.
Oh, you can't see, look on your picture.
Cause
Is
ours
it
are
too
gray.
dark?
Ours is
Yeah,
dark.
it's kinda hard to see, but it's right up there. You can come up here if you wanna look a little closer. So it's got that little hook right there. Just a minute. Yeah, and then see, this one is just starting, but the females, they don't change their nose. Yeah, Caleb, you have a question? What? Oh, no. Oh, no, actually, I thought you had a question, so let's sit down. Yeah, we'll come back and do it, okay? Aiden?
When I catch a female one, it was like very pinkish, and when I got a male one, it was like very dark.
Did you guys hear that? Yeah, so here, when we're looking, I know it's kind of hard to see, but we talked about it yesterday, the males are more green. The females get really, really dark. Yeah, and pinkish. Okay, okay, let's move on. And when they, let's see, where we at? When they sheave, the salmon's appearance changes dramatically, with males and females developing distinct differences. They lose their silvery color and take on a deep red, green, purple, brown, and gray colors. Their teeth become long and they develop a hooked jaw, which is particularly pronounced in males. Their body shape can change, with some species developing a distinct hump on their back. Eggs develop in the ovaries of females, while the males develop sperm. When she reaches her home nest or lake, the female uses her fins and tail to find a spot in the right gravel size and water conditions. With her tail, she rearranges the stones in the gravel bed to form a red, the nest-like depression in the stream or lake bed where she will lay her eggs. The female deposits her eggs in the red, then the male deposits his sperm to fertilize them. What's that also called? Remember? Milt, exactly. Some species deposit up to 6,000 eggs, but the average is about 2,500. The female covers the eggs with gravel to protect them, often moving on to build a second or third red, which may be fertilized by other males. Oh, so they will have more than one nest. I did not know that. Did you guys know they would make more than one nest?
Yeah.
You did? I didn't know that.
Well, I'll read them.
But, you do what? You wanna read? Okay, go ahead.
Both males and females die with a few days of spawning, steelhead, and cockerels may survive to spawn more than once. Although once is most common, if they survive, they go back out to sea, as kelp spawn out salmon, then return to the spawning area in another year or two. Along together, they may spawn 3 or 4 times. The salmon bodies that
Decompose.
releasing vital nutrients, including nutrients
From the sea.
from the sea.
Okay, can we stop right there for a minute? We talked about what steelhead were. Do you guys remember what the steelhead was when we talked about this?
Yeah, they use the leash to tie them so they can find out where the fish are going, so they can survive by predators.
Well, yeah, we're looking at steelhead.
Oh.
Because steelhead is a type of trout, and they're often, when scientists talk about salmon, they'll also include steelhead in there because they have the same a lot of the same characteristics, but they're really truly a trout. Yeah, they're not a salmon, but they have similar cycles as a salmon.
Yeah, like
Cutthroat is
the
the same thing. Cutthroat is a type of trout. Okay?
Okay,
Do you want to keep reading the salmon?
where's the salmon?
It says the salmon bodies decompose.
The salmon's body decompose, releasing valuable nutrients, including
Minerals.
minerals from the sea. The nutrients from the salmon
Carcasses.
carcasses from a rich food source for other wildlife, as well as for fertilizing the stream and lake. Along the shore, when salmon
Carcasses.
carcasses and carried in onto the riverbed, they also fertilize the forest and bushes. The ocean compounds in the salmon's bodies can be very
Scarce.
in the upstream environment. If few adult salmon return to spawn, the lack of nutrients can make the forest and the water a poor environment with few nutrients for growing salmon, fry, and other species.
Okay. So basically, right? What do? They go up and they lay their eggs,
Yeah.
and then what do they start to do?
They go.
They start to die, right?
Adults,
They decompose.
they actually have to because the fish have to die because they wanna see if their young can do everything by themselves.
Okay, well that's kind of it. But somebody said, why do the fish die after they spawn? And this paragraph that we just read said a little bit about it. What does their decomposing carcasses do in the water? Right.
So they lay eggs in the water. So when they do lay eggs, they go in the white
Yeah. So what happens is their bodies decompose, right?
Yeah.
Dale, have you seen a decomposing salmon? No? Do you guys know what that means?
No.
That means where they're rotting, they're coming apart, and elements of their bodies come apart. And if you've seen spawning salmon, you'll see kind of chunks. They look really nasty. They just look terrible.
Why?
But what happens is they're putting nutrients in the water. Nutrients are like food, right?
Is them doing it for the babies or?
They're doing it for the babies, and they're also doing it for the shore, right? And for other animals in
And
there.
other animals will eat the fish.
Whose parents garden? Who has a garden at home? I have a garden at home.
But not like.
Do you know one of the best things you can put in your garden?
Lots of
Fish. Fish bones. Yeah, a lot of people do it. Well, in the old times, they would just bury the fish bones and stuff, but you don't do that now because it attracts bears. But they have a thing called fish meal, and that's where they just grind up the salmon and you put in there. It has lots and lots of valuable nutrition that you need for the soil and for the environment in there. So as the carcasses decompose, it will leave food in the gravel, right? For when the fry come out, they come out as alevins and they come up. And as the stream goes, it'll wash up some of those nutrients, but it also goes along the shore. Does that help maintain the shore?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think it helps trees grow?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about plants?
Yes.
Yeah, so if we have a lot of plants and trees along the shore, what do trees and plants do?
Grow.
They grow, and what do they provide us?
Nutrients.
What do we breathe?
Oxygen.
Right, remember when you talked about your plant life cycle? They produce oxygen, right? We need that oxygen. Do the salmon need oxygen?
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on just a second, Caleb. Yeah, so it's a big life cycle, right? Oh no, we're talking about the life cycle of salmon, but we're also talking all the organisms within the environment all work together and create a life cycle, right? Okay, so,
Our life.
yeah, everybody does. So can we come up with a key fact? You got a key fact there, Caleb?
I think I agree on taking, I agree that we can do that with the salmon, with the bones and stuff, but I don't think I'll be able to do that because lots of birds have been in my garden and eating.
Oh, okay, more minutes. Okay, we need 3 facts. We got 2 minutes. We need 3 facts. Al, hey, wait. Listen, we've got a friend, Caleb. We've got a friend talking, so let's put a bubble in. Okay, Al.
Deep red, green, purple, brown, and gray colors.
Yeah, they lose their silvery color and they take on deep red, purple, and brown colors. Do we have another key fact, Aurora? Can you use a big voice?
Third paragraph down. Yep.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of salmon coming in. So when we're coming in, what's an important thing that happens when they're spawning? It's really, really important because they can't reproduce without it. What does the female do? Yeah, exactly. She makes her nest. So when the female reaches her home stream or lake, the female uses her fins to find a spot with the right gravel size and conditions. And then she'll form a red, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That is a really important fact. And then what's another important fact to have when the females lay their eggs? What's another really important fact? Remember, what's another really important fact? Yep, you can go. How about, how do they get fertilized?
By the male.
Yep. So where's the male part? Female deposits her eggs.
The male deposits the sperm.
Oh, here we go. And then they'll be moving. They often will have 2 or 3 different reds or nests that'll be fertilized by males, right? Okay, and then there's one last really important thing.
Can I highlight one? Both males and females die within a few days of spawning.
Yeah. So they die within a few days of spawning, and then we talked about what happens when they die. It was really important to the environment and to the fry. What happens to their bodies? They decompose. The salmon's bodies decompose, releasing valuable nutrients, including minerals from the sea. Okay? And that's a food source for the salmon. Yep, we only got like just maybe 1 more minute. Yeah. Oh, I was going too fast? Okay, thank you. Okay, let's go back up here. You ready? I'm gonna cover these again. Both male and females died with a few days of spawning. That's really important, isn't it? Because when they die, the salmon's bodies decompose. And they release valuable nutrients, including minerals from the sea. Okay? The salmon carcasses, we can highlight this one too. Salmon carcasses form a rich food source for other wildlife. Okay? We kind of talked about that. They also help us get a food source, right, for our gardens. Aiden?
Salmon's bodies can be very stable in the obscure environment.
Yep, that's true. Okay, so you guys got it all?
Yeah.
Hold on. Yes.
That's okay, I'll leave it there. Do you want me to go back over it again? No, you got it? Did you get yours highlighted?
So can we just have them leave their stuff on
Yep.
their desk?
Yes, you guys, we're getting ready to go
Leave it
to
right
art.
there.
So you can leave your stuff right there or leave it on your desk. Okay? Franco, just you, because you don't have a tray to put it on, can you just set this on your desk? Okay, and then if we can line up, who's our helper today? Jamie. Can you go ahead and line up? And then we'll all line up after Jamie, and I'm gonna turn it over to Miss Michelle.
Please make sure you push in your chair. If you line up after Jamie, use those nice walking feet to come get in line. So we shouldn't be talking right now. We should be observing who's in line and who needs to come next. If you're in line, you should be facing forward. Thank you to those of you who are already here. Addie, show me where you need to be in line. Pull up your sleeves, please. Thank you. Jay Marion, show me you're in line, ready to go down. Thank you. Linda, facing forward. Thank you.
Al, Riot, we will come back. We'll come back and we'll finish this, okay? I know we went kind of fast.
All right. Jamie is going to start our song.
We'll do it when we come back.
You. Oh, we're going to do it together. How should you